What up, YouTube? Holla at your boy. It's your boy Young Black. What other stuff inside my game? I think my wife put a bunch of phone numbers inside my game case. But anyway, I did a couple video reviews for a couple of other games that I've been playing lately. I think this is the last one, because unless I look in that bucket and see something I didn't do a review for, I'll do that too for you guys just to get it done and let you know my opinions on these games. Because I've been kind of just playing them straight through, popping the next one in, playing them straight through, popping the next one in. Oh my god. People just love calling me during these videos, guys. I think I gotta take this. Hello? I don't have Windows. I don't have Windows. Not Windows. You tell me what I got. Nah. No, I don't have Windows. I don't even have a PC. What the hell is that? I got West Indian Arabic people calling my house talking about they're calling me about my use of Windows on Verizon. I don't have Windows at all, so I don't know what the hell they're talking about. Okay, I have OS X Leopard, and I don't have a PC. I have a Mac. All right, but anyway, that was a fucking weird ass call, guys. But I should just never answered the phone. But anyway, I'm talking about Tomb Raider today. Sorry for that oddball fucking conversation that just happened. Uh, Tomb Raider. Now I seen another. This was another game that they showed a trailer for at I think it was E3. I seen it maybe, or wasn't the Tokyo Game Show? I think it was E3. And when I seen the game running, it looked pretty immaculate. But even though now that the console versions are out, I think they duped us. They were showing us the PC version running on E3 because it looked pretty fucking crazy. I mean, it looked pretty fucking good. It just looked. It looked amazing to me anyway. Um, Now a lot of people comparing this game to Uncharted, and when I first heard about this game coming out and I seen it, how it ran, how it played, and everything like that, I said, okay, yeah, it kind of does look like an Uncharted. It kind of does look like Uncharted a little bit, but I mean, they actually a little backwards. If they were real gamers, they would know that Tomb Raider was out long before Uncharted. But and the fact that I do get them props for comparing it to Uncharted. Uncharted was the first game to bring that type of a gameplay formula, the guns and the free running, the climbing up shit aspect to that type of a game. The original Tomb Raiders were nothing like that. The original Tomb Raider didn't even have fucking people in them barely. I mean, if you came across something, I mean, the character Laura had guns, but normally she'd be like shooting a wolf or like a bear or something like that. It wasn't people. I mean, not that I remember anyway. Um, so they changed the formula up. They rebooted the Tomb Raider series, and the story is supposed to be Laura and her friends are on an expedition to go to this island to find some type of mysterious artifacts and some background research on some type of ancient Asian people that were supposed to be on this island. And what happens is the boat ends up crashing, and they get split up. And when they get to the island, well, Laura doesn't see her friends. She's separated from them. She ends up by herself, and she's injured, and she's trying to survive. And she goes inland, and there's a person, like people are coming out of nowhere and like trying to drag her off, and she's like fighting them to survive. And the story is very very compelling. It kind of people are also comparing it to the TV show Lost, and I understand that because they're trapped on an island, and when you first start the game, there's a lot of mystery, like what the hell is exactly going on, who are these people, and why the fuck can't we leave the island? It's just very weird in that aspect. And a spoiler alert, just so I put that out there for you guys too, because I might say some shit that you might not want to hear if you ain't played this yet, if you're really that type of a gamer. Um, they figured out a way to get off of the island. Laura climbed to the top of a radio tower and put some type of beacon on it so that they can communicate out. They communicate with a plane. The plane gets there. All of a sudden, a fucking thunderstorm comes out of nowhere. Magical thunderstorm just shocks the plane down and it crashes. Right? I think that happened more than once. I think during the game. I'm not sure, but I remember it happened at least one time. I remember where I thought, oh my God, the game's over. They're gonna get off the island, or something's gonna happen. They're gonna take some of them off, and Laura's gonna have to stay there and wait for the plane to come back. Something was gonna fill out this gameplay to put some more time in the game. No, the plane never even landed. All of a sudden, the sky turned from clear skies, blue sun, everything. You know what I mean? Blue skies, yellow sun, everything was pretty and nice. You know, on this island they actually stranded on. And clouds come, thunderstorm, lightning strikes plane, plane crashes. What the fuck is going on? It just added to the mystery. You know, and I like that about this game. See, the thing about these type of games is the pacing has to be done right. You know, and I got to give this game props. I got to give Square Enix props. They did an awesome job. Square Enix, Eidos, Majestic, not Majestic, Square Enix, Eidos, Crystal Dynamics, and who's this other company? Nixxes. They did an awesome job with this game. Because not only did they reboot the Tomb Raider series, they gave it a new spirit. They gave it a new soul. Which is hard for a remade game. Most of the time for a remade game, they just take with the old stuff that was another game. Especially if they're trying to really remake the whole game and not just make an HD remake or something like that. They really just want to take the old stuff and make it all over, like what they did with DMC. That's the same thing they did with this. They just took the old character and some whole aspects and put them into this character. This is more of an origin story, you know, because the other Tomb Raider, they didn't really tell Laura's story about how she actually became Tomb Raider. She just starts off as this badass exploration chick, and she could just, you know, do whatever, flip off walls and run up a wall and flip over a tiger and shoot it down, all this crazy shit she was able to do. This game, she doesn't start off like that. This game, she starts off as like a college student who's a little, she wants to explore, you know, she's a little ambitious about exploring and seeing different parts of the world and wants to, you know, do her own little expeditions. You know, that's her type of thing, you know, like an archaeologist type of a, you know, she wants to raid tombs and find fucking ancient objects and shit like that. That's what she wants to do. She wasn't coming to the island expecting to have to turn into a motherfucking Amazon warrior, because that's what she ends up being, right? And just before I even start talking some more about this game to me murdered Uncharted. Uncharted is an awesome game. It's a technical marvel. It does some amazing shit. Okay, this game does too. Not as much as Uncharted does, but this game does something Uncharted doesn't do. It makes you feel like the main character, she grows with you more as a player. You know, Nathan Drake, he didn't really grow with me as a player. You know, not at all. I mean, I played the first Uncharted. The story was good. The gameplay was freaking awesome. It was a fun game. You know, but he was too fucking cocky, and all of this cockiness, bro. I want to see the character feel like, I want to see the character feel like he's really in danger, like he's taking something serious. You know, I mean, she was in some situations in this game where it was just like, wow, it was mad realistic, and the character model was so fucking realistic. The way the character moves, like if she was sliding down a rock, and then they showed a part where she hit her arm, boom. When she got down to the bottom after if she survives it, there'll be a scratch on her arm, right? And it won't just be a cosmetic scratch. It'll really be a scratch there to represent that part when you've seen her actually get hurt in that area of her body. And then they'll show a sequence with her actually patching that up, and it'll stay there the whole entire game. You know, things like that was like, wow, that was fucking cool. They don't do that type of shit in Uncharted. You know, they just show Nathan Drake, he's rolling over a bunch of shit is blowing up right behind him. His clothes is perfectly fine when he's finished, basically. He might be a little dirty, but he's not like bleeding from here and bleeding under his eye and scratched. He doesn't look like that. He doesn't look like he's been through much of shit. He looks like he's been rolling around in the mud. I mean, in one of the Uncharted games, the guy is fucking thrown out of a plane, and he survives this shit and is walking through the snow. And I'm like, seriously? I'm like, this guy is the fucking Terminator. You know, it just got a little ridiculous to me. You know, it's very over the top. And this game doesn't do that. This game, it brings a lot of realism to a survival situation. Okay, because that's what this was really. She was in a horrible survival situation, and she's trained to be in it. But I mean, psychologically, mentally you have the training, but psychologically, you got to deal with the situation. And I like how they express that through the character. They don't do that in Uncharted at all. Nathan Drake just gets into situations, survives them, and then he's looking in a book and he's all calm talking about shit. It's just like, really? You were just getting chased by fucking madmen with guns, about to get shot at, and you're not even panting. You're not hyperventilating or nothing. Laura goes through hell in this game, and they make you feel it by making the character react in very realistic ways. And her mannerisms were so fucking real. Her mannerisms were so fucking real. Like if she walked near fire, she would cough. You know what I mean? Or like if she was hurt, like I said, you would walk near a wall and automatically they make her put her hand up and drag her hand along the top of the wall. Even the part when she lights a torch and she goes into water, like under like a cavern, and the water is in a cave and it comes up like past her neck and she's holding the torch above water and making her way through the cave. The torch actually sets the top of the rocks on fire. But I don't know, you guys probably don't have wilderness survival training. That's another reason I like this game. I did a lot of wilderness and just survival training a lot when I was younger. And I know that certain rocks in the environment have sulfur in them, so that makes them slightly flammable. Okay, so and what happens is when she's going under the rocks and the fire is touching the top of the rocks, you actually see the rocks kind of get set on fire a little bit. That's the sulfur in the rocks doing that. I mean, it's just a visual aspect of the game, but just the fact that they took the time to put that type of shit in there was like, for the people like me who know what that is, it was like, wow, they really went in with the tech for this game to make it look as realistic and the physics react realistic with the fire and the arrows and everything as possible. You understand what I mean? It's an awesome game, man. I'm telling you. The pacing is very well. It kind of reminds me like a really, really good movie or a really good TV show. You know what I mean? What else can I say about it? The controls are very tight. They feel very comfortable. They're very tight. This is probably the best game I've seen ever where it uses a bow and arrow. The bow feels so good that I didn't even want to fucking use the guns at all. I mean, I would use the guns when things was really, really tense and dramatic. You know, that's when I bring out the gun. There's like 5 guys shooting at you, but you could actually do the whole game with just the bow. You could, because the bow works so well, and the aiming mechanic in this game is so precise. And it wasn't no auto aim or nothing like that. You had to actually aim yourself, and it just felt perfect when you pull the bow back. You could almost feel the string, the way they did the controls, man. Now, like you feel it, and then when you let go, you feel it. The sound effect goes, and you feel the arrow go, and it just hits the person. I mean, they hit that dead on, man. It feels like you get satisfaction out of really using the bow in this game. So that's the weapon you're supposed to use. See it on the front of the box. She's holding the bow. She's not holding a gun. She has a gun. She's not holding a gun. She's holding that bow, because they worked a lot. I could tell that they worked a lot on making that bow feel satisfying, and it paid off at the end. You know, make sure you get Tomb Raider, man. If you're really into a good action adventure story, you want some mystery, and the game is pretty long too. You know, it was pretty long. And one thing I gotta do say that, relating this game to Uncharted, it does a little bit at the end of the game relate to the way Uncharted was, because through the whole game you're fighting humans and enemies and stuff like that. Then all of a sudden crazy shit starts happening with mysticism and powers and all this crazy shit by the end of the game, and it was just like, okay, I understand why it's there. I kind of thought it was going to lead up to that, but not really, you know, but it made sense. But it did come from a little tiny bit from left field, but you do see it coming a little bit. You know what I mean? But Tomb Raider is an awesome game. This is probably one of the best remade characters from the old school PlayStation franchises that I ever seen, that they've done so far. Too bad it's on Xbox also. I think this game should have been just for PlayStation. It probably would have looked a lot better because they would have been able to create it for the most powerful platform that's out here right now, the PS3. But they didn't. They put it on the whack box, the Xbox 2 also, which I don't mean to be biased like that, but I'm just not a Microsoft fan. You guys know I'm not really. I don't like Microsoft. Especially when the last game I just reviewed, I think it was Defiance I just reviewed before this. I was talking to a guy in GameStop, and he's like, yeah, I got Defiance for Xbox, and I haven't played it yet. I installed it. And I was like, yeah, you got to pay to play yours, huh? And he was like, what you mean? Defiance is free to play. We just pop it in and go. I said, but you got to pay for that Xbox Live. You're not playing Defiance at all. And he was like, well, yeah, whatever. He's like, yeah, whatever. That's like, these Xbox guys, I don't mean to be a fanboy and start ranting right now, but they do that shit all the time. It's like, you don't think that you're paying to play, even the games that the developers are making to pay subscription free. Microsoft is making you pay to play the damn online service. So it doesn't even matter if the subscription is free because you're paying to play games regardless. You understand what I mean? So it's like whatever, but you're paying for that humongous online community that Xbox has. If you're into that, I guess it's worth it for you. To me, I think it's a waste of fucking money. PS3 has an online community, not as huge as Microsoft's, but it's there and it's free. So I'd rather take that than to, spend all this money every year just to play a couple of games that I have online. But whatever, who the fuck am I? What the fuck do I know, right, guys? Whatever. To each their own. You like Xbox? Be my guest, play Xbox. I've been playing PlayStation since it first came out. That's what I'll die playing, and that's what I'll die loving the most. But I'll always have all the systems, though. I'll always have them all. I'll always play them all. I can't be biased when I purchase or what I'm playing on, because as much as I don't like Microsoft and Xbox, I love Halo. So how the hell does that work? I don't know. I fucking fell in love with Halo a long time ago, and it just has a special place with me, like Metal Gear and a couple other games, God of War, that I just have to have that system around, so when I want to play Halo, I can pop it in and do that. But make sure you guys go get your Tomb Raider. This is another buy. This is another most definitely go in the store. Don't think about it. Say, I want Tomb Raider for whatever system you can buy it for, PlayStation 3 or Xbox, because it is damn sure worth the money, and there's a lot of games that aren't worth the money right now. Real gamers stand up. Holla at your boy, and I'll be talking to you guys soon.